Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Shomot, and I have an exciting guest with me today. I had the privilege of meeting her in person at BKFC Clearwater this past Friday night. She is the women's featherweight champion of the BKFC. She put on a 32-second masterpiece knockout in Dubai. I welcome Jessica, the Black Widow. Boy, what's going on, Jessica? Thank you for jumping on with me today.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Let's jump right on in. And I'm going to ask some questions and let's see if you want to answer them all. But
I'm an open book, so you can ask me anything.
let's just jump on in with the experience you had in Dubai before the fight, the opportunity to travel across the world. I mean, I've never been to Dubai. I don't know if you've been to Dubai before,
No.
fighting in Dubai, but the opportunity, that experience just in itself, going across the world, fighting in Dubai, the first BKFC fight ever in Dubai, just that
Yeah.
in itself.
It was such an honor to be on such a big card. Like you said, it was the first one ever in Dubai, and they had a you know, 2 nights of great fights. It's just awesome to be a part of something so big, something historical. But and Of course, in my dominating fashion, that was couldn't have gone better. It couldn't have made anything more surreal. It's honestly, it's still looking back is just wow. I love it, man. I love the trip. I love the journey. I love everything about it. There's ups and downs, but man, the ups are up. It's the highs are high.
How long did you have? When did you get there, and how long did you have to, I guess, acclimate yourself? Because I remember seeing some videos that Cyrus put up, the ring announcer put up,
Yeah.
and I remember them saying, "Man, it is hot. you're out,
It
you're outside. I mean, we're from Florida. It's humid, hot here. How
it's
hot was it?"
it was hot. It was hot. I think it got up to like 105 or something around there, but it's that dry heat, like you said, we're from Florida. We're
Yeah.
from the wet heat. It's different. It hits different, just like the
Mhm.
wet cold does, but that dry heat is different. I mean, if you're from Arizona, it probably didn't affect you at all. But yeah, I mean, I got out there like a week early. So it was fantastic. Actually, it was perfect time to get acclimated and felt great. By the time, it takes a few days. I think depending on how long away and like the time change and everything, it takes so many days. I think it was 3 days for that far away. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad. Honestly, just a little tired, a little jet lag, but like it went away fast and I was ready for fight night.
So let's talk about the fight. It lasted all of 32 whole seconds. I mean, you're fighting a boxer who, I mean, there was some stuff that happened in the weigh-in and all that stuff. And I mean, could you have ever envisioned it going as perfectly? I mean, you always envision it going a certain way, but it went perfectly. I mean, did you even get scratched?
I didn't. No, she did hit me one time. She did hit enough to like. I don't know if that's why she was in a cast afterwards. Like I don't know. I'm pretty hard headed. But I don't know if that's what broke her fist. Uh, but that's. I mean, she did get one little punch in. I didn't really feel it in the fight. It wasn't anything like obviously detrimental or anything like that. But she did land one, which I was pissed off about. But you can't dodge them all, I guess. But yeah, she did get one. Hurt her hand. Apparently, I don't know how she hurt her hand, but I think that's what did it. But honestly, like you said, it couldn't have gone better. Um, of course, I saw myself winning, and I saw myself winning by knockout. But she went the distance with Clarissa Shields, so you expect it to be. I expected a little bit more toughness and a little bit more of a war, but I keep proving to myself and to others, and I know that I'm different. I know that what I bring is not what normal females bring. I know that. I've known that my entire career, but with bare knuckle, I'm a different animal, and I don't see anyone taking that belt from me. Until I decided to retire, that belt is mine, and I keep proving it.
So you cracked her with a right. Did you ear hold? Was it right on the jaw, ear holder? I mean, because she went stiff. Like it was
Yeah.
like I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. Don't know if you're into football or not, but I'm a Dolphins fan. If people can remember Tua Tagovailoa concussed from a hit in football and him going completely stiff, she was stiff.
Yeah. So I actually hurt her with the jab. Not many people know that I actually did it to the previous opponent too. I usually end up hurting them with the jab. I can see it in their eyes. The moment I hit them with the jab, they're like, "Oh," it's like that realization comes in, like that I've been trying to tell them. I hit different. And then the moment I hit them, and then I see it in their eyes, like, "Oh, now you're a believer," and I go for the kill. But yeah, I hit her with that right, and I knew like it wasn't. I was like, I knew it hurt her. I knew she wasn't quite all there, and I just finished the job with the second right.
That was one hell of an event, hell of a performance. I mean, and since then, what has life been like as the BKFC champion of this division, the first ever BKFC champion of the featherweight division? What has it been like, the whirlwind? Because it's been what? Has it been a month yet?
It has been
Yeah,
actually a little over 4 weeks. It
yeah,
was Saturday was four
hmm
weeks. So yeah.
yeah.
It's honestly I've always known I was a champion. I always knew that I was gonna be world champion one day. I always felt like, I was different, especially in this sport. So it hasn't really been feeling any different. I don't train. I've always trained as if I was champion anyway. Like I'm literally going against the best of the best. So I haven't changed anything there. Like that's not any different. But man, the recognition, the love and support from everyone, from interviews and stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely been more there. But and I appreciate it. I love people that show us appreciation. The interview, you guys don't get enough credit. You guys help us to grow our fan base, and that's everything. It's everything for fighters, honestly.
What was it like this weekend? I mean, at BKFC Clearwater, you're from the area. Um, you know a lot of the fighters that were fighting. Getting to walk around. You're walking around with the belt. The pictures that people want to take, what was that like this weekend? Obviously the event where it was really an intimate setting. The place was electric. I mean, just talk about just this weekend for, being that you're able to walk around as a champion there and what it was like for you.
it's it's like the only words I can ever explain it really is surreal. It's everything you've worked for has now come to that point where people are recognizing you, knowing who you are, and it's nice for all those hard years that you've worked. Me personally, I've been doing combat sports for almost 11 years, and the grind, the blood, sweat, and tears, the injuries, everything that I have worked so hard for. And it's really nice to walk around and people wanting to get pictures with you and stuff. Like I love my fans, I love my people. So it growing that fan base and like meeting people face to face, I love that. I love it. It's great promotion. I got to see my teammates fight. I got to see my teammates come back. Love a good comeback story. And then two of them came back with just dominating awesome wins, and I love seeing that for my teammates. All of us, we grind hard, we love each other, we're a close team. So it was awesome. It was a wonderful weekend, man.
No, it definitely was. You brought me to my next question, which is, how did we end up here? What got you into fighting? I know you did MMA, you were in Bellator, you had the MMA fights, you made the transition to BKFC, but what got you into combat sports? You know, where did it
Honestly,
start for you?
I honestly, I've been fighting my whole life. I've been a fighter my entire life. I grew up in violence. This is where I'm comfortable at. This is where I thrive at. I thrive in chaos. unfortunately. We all have a sad story, but and honestly, I love my past because it's made me who I am. So
Mhm.
I share my story now because I was raised in domestic violence. I continue the cycle with exes with domestic violence, and I started MMA just to learn defense. But the moment that I started, like literally my first class ever that I took, I was like, shit, this is what I was meant to do. This is where I belong. So it's a passion, but it's what I made to do. It literally, this is me. And when I found bare knuckle, I found it more than I ever did even with MMA. Like, this explains me. This is my style. This is me. There was no transition. I went in and I've been the most comfortable I've ever been in bare knuckle. So yeah, it's just everything that was in my past, every fight that I got into on the streets, every fight that I got kicked out of school for, all that stuff came into all the bad turning into something good. And so like I want to be an inspiration to people that you can do better, you can make your life better. You don't have to be what you came from. So that's
Mhm.
that's my story summed up.
Are you born and raised in Lakeland?
For the most part, I actually moved around a lot. My father was actually part of FBI, SWAT, so he moved around a lot. I was born in Winter Haven, lived in Bartow, Winter Haven, Lakeland. We moved to Virginia for 5 years, Richmond, Virginia to be exact. My dad's family was from Wisconsin, and I lived with him for a year over there at one point. So I moved around a lot. Graceville, Florida was my mom's parents, so
Mhm.
I was mostly on a farm with her parents for a while, and that was nice. But yeah,
What do you
it's
what do you what do you prefer more, Florida, Virginia, or Wisconsin?
Florida. I'm heat. I like the heat. I like the. I no. I had enough cold weather for that 1 year in Wisconsin for the rest of my life.
I actually have a coworker that lives in Milwaukee, and I'm like, yeah, I have no interest in going whatsoever.
No, I've visited places, that has snow and it's cool to visit it and go back. But even when I visit it, I'm like, this sucks. Like,
So you train with Michael Larimore, Dave
yes.
Mundell. Am I missing
Oh,
other Jared? Would you train with Jared Warren as well?
Jared Warren,
Jared
Crystal
Warren,
Pittman,
Crystal
Brandon
Pittman.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have such. I mean, this team is, and we're close too. So like, we really do. But working with people who are elite level like this, especially with bare knuckle, is just brings all of us elevate. We bring each other up. So it's like it's an honor to be part of such an amazing team. To be honest with you, our coaches see something that other coaches don't in the sport too, and it's just they are fantastic. They work well together. I mean, it's just you couldn't ask for a better team, honestly.
I talked to Michael Larimore after his fight on Friday, and he had an awesome performance, and that was a great fight to
Yes,
watch. And I asked him specifically about you, and he said she hits harder than most guys.
I do. I
Talk,
mean, people I guess can say that all they want. Yeah.
and he said, I feel sorry. I don't know if you saw the interview that I did with him. I don't know if you clicked on it and watched it. I feel sorry for any woman who has to step in there with her because
I
she
feel
hits
sorry
harder
for him
than most.
too.
I mean, what are
Actually, I really
sparring?
don't. They signed the
No,
paper.
you
They
you
know what
don't.
they're getting
You
into.
shouldn't feel sorry for them. You're
No,
there to
I
knock
don't.
their heads off. So what are sparring sessions like? Because I mean, reality, it's still a male dominated sport. You don't probably have too many women that you can spar with, if any. What are those sparring sessions like?
Oh man, like I said, I'm lucky to have the high elite levels that I do to work with. Dave Mundell. Yes, of course he could probably knock me out if he wanted to, but he's good enough and he's controlled enough that he knows how hard to hit and still let me know that it's there. It's We work well together. We all work really well together. Yeah, but I can take a hit just as well as I can give one. So I usually train with the men. The ladies, I'm still working on my control part. So
You're
I don't
hurting them. You hit too
and
hard for them.
I try not to hit them hard, but even when I'm not hitting them hard, it's
It's
still
hard.
harder than most of the probably all the girls in their weight class. So
Yeah.
I I train with the guys. I don't know.
I understand that. I mean, talk about the way they fought this week. I mean, goodness gracious. You had Laramore who came up with a monster win. You had Warren who he said after the fight to me, he said, "Wow, this guy had not been stopped. Stopped him in the first round." And then he told me that his dog died last week, which was attached to his sister, which is
Mhm.
heartbreaking. I mean,
Yeah, he was
yeah,
going through, I'm talking
yeah,
like severe stuff. And people
yeah.
don't know the behind the scenes. And that's what irritates me so bad, is because I've heard some other people like um talking crap to, the people that may have lost, and like Crystal Pittman, that no contest or whatever. And they're talking smack, but they have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. And even if you don't know that, like what's going on behind the scenes, you could be there one day. Like they think that oh, I've never taken a knee, I've never done this, I've never done that. You may be there one day, and that person in specific, Jamie Driver, whatever, from BYB, saying stuff to Crystal Pittman online, and she's saying like, "Well, I've never been knocked out. Well, come and fight me. I'll knock you out." Like you can be there, so have respect for everyone that steps in that ring. I hate the people that shit talk other people. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. If they do it to me, I'll do it back. But I'm never the one that's going to start it. I think you should give respect to the people that go in there and do what they got to do, even like Jared, and that's battling shit that you don't know behind the scenes. It's a hard life, and life will knock you down faster than any of the combat sports that we do. So have some sympathy for people and respect for people who get in there battling things that are behind the scenes, because the fight camp itself is always harder than the fight.
Yeah. It's when I spoke to him, I'd actually interviewed him before the fight with Mike Richmond, and you guys had just had the hurricane come through, and he was living in a trailer in front of his house because his house was completely flooded. He told me about that. I'm like,
Yep.
because when we did the interview, he was literally sitting in the trailer in
Yeah.
front of his house, and it was
It
like
was devastating.
this guy's preparing for a world title fight,
Yeah.
living in a trailer in front of his house. He's going obviously dealing with a lot of crap. I know he's a firefighter, full
Mhm.
time. Like what I can't imagine. And now the next fight, you have like you almost sit here and like, dude, is anything else gonna happen that's gonna happen before a fight? And
Yep.
because emotionally, I mean, I don't know if you've had any pets. I've had pets that have died, and it's
Oh,
very
I took it
hard.
harder than my dad dying. My dog
Yeah,
dying was worse
yeah.
than my dad.
No, I mean, I cried about my first cat dying for like a week,
Yeah.
and the crazy story is my great uncle died that week too, and his funeral
Oh,
was the same time as like the day after my cat died, and I was like, man, I'm crying over this pet.
animals are so much better than people though. So I mean, I don't blame, I understand that to
Yeah.
another level, but
Hmm.
yeah, people just need to be, instead of just shit talking and acting like they're the baddest mother, like they just need to sit down, shut up, focus on themselves, and then that's where the improvement comes in. And if you're a champion, act like one, in and out of the ring. You don't treat people like that. You don't talk down to people like that, thinking that you're the best of the best, because you're gonna get knocked down. I wouldn't
Are
mind
we
either
gonna
one to do it.
are we gonna get a rematch of that Zamora Pittman fight? Do you know? Have you talked to her? Because
I'm not
obviously
sure
it's
yet.
no contest. You want to see the full fight. Just no idea yet.
Not yet.
Mm,
I'm sure, that's always a possibility. I'm sure Crystal will want that.
yeah.
So, I mean, who knows?
Where
She'll
where
announce it if it is, though.
where does the nickname Black Widow come from? Have you? I don't know if you
Honestly,
have you been asked that before. I don't know if you have. I'm just curious.
yes. A lot of people wonder where it comes from, but my MMA coach actually gave me that name. I thought it was because I had a black widow on the back of my neck, a tattoo of one. I always liked the black widow because the female's more venomous than the male, but I just thought that's where it came from. I didn't even end up asking. I actually hated that nickname because everyone thought I was an Avengers fan. But finally, like a year later, I'm like, well, why did you name me the Black Widow? He's like, well, you're just like, cute blonde chick that came in here and started destroying all the guys, like literally throwing around the guys like rag dolls. I'm like, oh, I kind of like it now. I kind of like the nickname now. But yeah, I've always been, like I said, I've always been extremely strong, aggressive, and I'm able to handle myself with the guys pretty well.
So you are now the champion. I mean, when I'm looking at the BKFC rankings, it's you and then there's nobody. I mean, I don't know. There is a newer division. Obviously, and you got to build a division, but I've been seeing that there is a running feud that I know that you've talked about in other interviews with the flyweight champion Christine Ferea.
Ugh,
Can
yeah.
you tell me more in detail about where it stems from,
Yeah.
how it came, and I do have questions beyond that, but
Yeah.
where did it all come from?
Yeah, honestly, it was because I offered her fight fell through with the one that was supposed to be on Knucklemania. The girl that she was supposed to fight can't even fight anymore because she had so much head trauma, I guess, that she literally has to retire. So her
Wow.
fight fell through. I had
Mm,
just fought um like 2 weeks prior to that. It wasn't very long. And I offered her because it was a 35 fight. She wants to move up. She's been wanting to move up to 35. She's talking about taking over the 35 division. That fight was scheduled for 35.
mhm.
So I had just got done, cutting weight and fighting. I offered her the fight even at 140 after fighting just 2 weeks prior. And and she was really nice to my face about it. She's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get it, yeah, you're my next opponent, blah blah blah." Very nice to my face, and all of a sudden it turns into, "You're not even on my level. I'm not gonna fight you, blah blah blah. 140 is way too big. You can come down to 135." I'm like, so it started where I was just offering her a fight. Would it be a good win for me? Absolutely. But it will be if I ever fight her, I'll put her through the freaking mat. But it started off me just offering as trying to save her fight because I would be appreciative if someone she was talking about having a hard time finding someone to fight. So I wanted to step up. You can't say somebody's having a hard time if you have an offer right there that you refused. You know what I'm saying? If you're the queen of violence, take it. It's, she
So
gave herself that name anyway. They were supposed to fight for the queen of violence title, and she just ended up calling herself the queen of violence afterwards. But whatever. So now I don't like her. Bad blood. I would love to fight her, but she's not gonna fight me.
so why didn't it happen well, that was January in Philadelphia, right?
Um, no, this
Was it
was this
Philly
was
wasn't it?
California when Crystal fought last. That she was
Okay.
supposed to fight. I can't
Okay.
remember the name of her opponent. She's a big name too. I can't remember
Okay.
the name of her
Okay.
opponent, but it was supposed to be 35,
Okay.
and yeah, it was.
Well, well,
It's been about a year now.
well, no, okay. So it was last
So,
Knucklemania.
yeah, my last
Okay,
fight was
gotcha.
April. So yeah, yeah,
Okay,
last
gotcha.
Knucklemania. Yep,
Gotcha, gotcha.
and
So you're the champion now at
I'm
40.
the champion now. Yeah, so I don't really give a
So
shit what she was talking.
so now it's you want to fight me. I mean, why would you consider a catch weight at 40? It doesn't make a lot
That's
of
what,
sense in
yeah,
my
now
opinion.
I don't even have to offer that. I don't even have to
Yeah.
offer that. But she keeps on yapping her jaws, talking shit on social media, and I cannot stand shit talkers. If you're going to talk shit, back it up. I'm more of like let my fighting speak for itself kind of gal. So that's where I'm just getting upset with like stop talking, stop trying to make yourself relevant because she said that I need her. I'm like, no. I said I'm doing pretty good on my own. I don't know why you think I need you, sweetheart.
So who do you want to fight next? I mean, like I said, I don't have rankings here for fighters in your division. Who would you want to see next for your first title defense? I mean, could it be her? And when do you want to get back in the ring?
Oh, I doubt she'll come up to 145. If she wants to
Yeah.
fight me for the title, I'll take her tomorrow. But
Mhm.
I doubt that she's going to come up and try to take this away from me. I doubt
Mhm.
that there's many people lining up at all. But honestly, I'll fight whoever they have lined. I just want to fight again. I want to fight soon. So I know that there's not a lot on the roster right now. It's a new division that's building up. Same with 35ers. But anyone who wants to come in, I'll fight.
Running it back to when you mentioned Hannah Rankin had gone to a decision with Clarissa Shields. Does this really show? I mean, how much does this show boxers that it's there? It's a different. There's a difference to being hit with a fist than being hit with a glove.
Yes, there
And
is.
and when because a lot of boxers, I mean, who was it that someone recently told me boxers boxers think bare knuckle people are crazy. MMA people are crazy, and MMA people think bare knuckle people are crazy. so, so everyone thinks y'all are
We're
crazy.
all we're all nuts.
Yeah, in some capacity, everyone's nuts. You're taking punches to the face, and you enjoy it.
We
I mean, that's really where it all started for most people I know that fight. Is like they just you like to fight, and that's cool.
yes.
So what you know? What did that show a boxer like? Y- Yeah, I hit hard, and taking a fist to the face with no glove is a lot different than taking it with a glove. Because
Oh,
I put you out in 32 seconds.
I'm here to prove it to everyone how different this sport is.
Mhm.
How different it's gonna be when I hit them. And not even just even if you're used to this sport, it's gonna be different by the time I hit you. I guarantee it. You're gonna rethink your whole life.
So, have you seen? There is a video right now on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it yet. If anything, I'll shoot you a link over. I'll
Mm.
shoot it over to you. Direct message it to you. There's a video by a guy named Paulie G on YouTube who has already scheduled BKFC 79 with you and Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I guess he does a lot of posting like that, which is fine. I mean, yeah, we've actually Cyborg's actually me and her have commented back and forth, and I said I hope we can make it happen one day. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility that I don't know if she's under contract right now. I don't know what her plan is, if she plans on doing bare knuckle, but that would be the fight of my life. Would love that fight. Would love it.
Because when I saw the video, when I was looking, I'm like, wait, that says BK. Okay, so this is a dream fight this guy has. Clearly,
Yeah, that's what.
we
Yeah,
all,
he just
no, we
wants to see it.
we all create them in our minds because we want to see the best fights. And when I saw that, I was like, he did a whole lengthy video
He sure
talking.
did.
I mean, he got y'all in face offs. So
He did.
your images are imposed
He's
and you're
got some
facing
talent there for sure.
no,
I mean, he
a-
does.
absolutely very talented.
Somebody's like, "Why are you wearing a mask?" And I was like, "Man, that was like a picture from back in COVID days, dude." Like,
Did you see it though? Did
I
you see
did.
it?
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
did see.
okay.
I did see a couple of them actually. He posted. I was like, yeah, I mean, that's we've talked about it. I think he's the one that's posted on Twitter to where she actually responded and said, last time she talked to BKFC, the money wasn't there. So I don't know if she's just, she's wanting more, too much. I don't know. I don't know what the,
Mhm.
the plan is there. I know
Yeah.
once I beat her though, who's gonna fight me after that?
So
So
you almost have to delay that potential opportunity because then there won't be any. Then you'll have to be fighting 185-pound women, I guess, or something like that. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm not scared of height. I'll fight girls that are bigger than me. I mean,
Mhm.
technically, Hannah Rankin was bigger than me. She usually fights
Yeah.
155.
Yeah.
So, and you can see that she was bigger than me. But the size doesn't matter to me. That's what
Mhm.
like. So I keep on saying the misfit. Like you keep talking about that 5 pound difference. You want me at 35. I think there's still be an excuse there, but it doesn't matter. Stop talking about it unless you're going to be about it. Like, don't worry about size. If you think you're better than someone, you're going to win.
Is there a dream matchup that that you would love? Don't you don't doesn't matter
No
whether it's
cyborg. That'll be the
side.
dream. That's the dream matchup. Yeah, but I definitely want to get. I want some more people in the division. I want to build the
Yeah.
division, and I want that to be like an epic fight because I will beat her.
A couple more before we go, and I appreciate your time, of course. Conor McGregor is in the BKFC. He's so, I mean, goodness, his promotional skills are second to none. He has the ability to the energy. I've talked to other fighters. It's like he's just so in it.
Yeah,
I think obviously we all want to see him fighting it, but I don't think that's gonna.
yeah.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. He doesn't need to. But talk about what he's done because I mean, obviously he was in Dubai, right? He was in Dubai, correct?
Yeah, yes, he
Yeah.
was.
So he's in Dubai. I mean, the energy that just
He's the one that put the belt around me.
his aura, like what he brings to the BKFC, and just from what you've seen in your time here, the differences from before to now.
What he's doing for the sport is incredible. I mean, it was a very smart move to partner up with him. Like, I think they're doing exactly what they need to do to build the sport. He is fantastic about, like you said, you can just see the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie and what he's done for the sport. And being there at the events and people wanting to see him, and like them finally going to see bare knuckle for the first time, and it just is perfect. It literally is exactly what needs to be done.
And my final one is, I don't know if you've heard this story or not. I heard it watching an interview with David Feldman and hearing him say that he fought in one of his own events early on. Had
Which
you heard that
who
story?
did?
I think it was probably underground before he did a
Who,
PKFC
Connor?
one. No, David Feldman.
That he
That
fought?
he
Oh,
fought.
I did not know that.
I saw him in an interview. I think it was Ariel Hawani, if I recall correctly, where I saw the interview. He said it, that he
Mm.
took his a fighter didn't show up. He's has a boxing background. Took his shirt off, and
Huh.
he went in and fought, and he won the fight.
Oh dang, I did not know that. I feel
I
bad for
mean,
not knowing that.
when you but thinking, okay, now that you know that you've heard it, what what does that make you see when you look at the founder of this organization and say, holy hell, like there's no excuse to pull out of a fight.
No,
Like
I
there's
love it. I absolutely love that. Like that's the thing that like makes you a real fighter, stepping up at the last second. You know, even if you're the owner of the promotion, like that to me makes you a real fighter. You know, no excuses, just get in there and brawl. I love that. That makes you even have more respect for him.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I got one more. I was looking at your social media. You do a lot of, I guess, videos, like almost like, I guess they're, I don't know if they're TikTok starting, or where you're voicing, doing the voice, the
Yeah.
mouthing of some of the. Are all of those dedicated to somebody?
Oh, I'm sure. Honestly, it's just because I relate to, I resonate with what it says. But yeah, there is always someone specific at times, but I usually will call that person out. If
Okay.
it's someone specific, I'll usually call them out. If there's multiple people, I usually say something along the lines like, if you think this video is about you, it is. Um,
Because I figured somewhere about Ferea, because they were recent. It seemed
Yeah,
like it
there is
might
a
be.
few of them that were, yeah, yeah, yeah. And
I
if
thought,
she knows it, if she's
yeah,
honestly, I blocked her from all my social media because unless you're talking, if you, I'm not about the back and forth bull crap. I really am
yeah.
not. If you want to be about it, be about it. Sign that contract and shut the fuck up. Like,
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Folks, this is Jessica Borga, the women's featherweight champion of the BKFC. Greatly appreciate your time. I will include your social media on the
thank you.
description. People, please do follow her, and please get all your up to the minute BKFC content, information, interviews here at Combat Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate your time. God
Thank
bless.
you. See
All
you
right,
later.
take care.
Up and down through the blood and the sweat. Guarantee you can know